Hi everyone, today is Friday, May 31st, and it's the last day of Stitch Maynia. Today I am finishing working on the epic Pokemon cross-stitch pattern, and unfortunately I did not meet my goal, on film that is, of finishing up page 2 of this pattern and starting page 3. I only have this much left to finish on this piece, and I would have already been started on page 3, but it's okay. I'm still proud of myself. So far, this experience has been great. This is the first time that I have ever done Stitch Maynia, as well as the first time I've filmed for the entire month in consecutive days. And so I've learned a lot during the process. I learned of keeping a schedule on this, as well as keeping track of how many stitches I've done on each piece. Believe it or not, I've actually have had some difficulty sometimes in making sure that I'm starting on the right spot. There's been a few times where I start working on a piece and then I realize that I'm in the wrong spot, so then I have to frog it and start all over. Behind the scenes, there's times where I'm ready to start and then I'm stitching halfway on the piece while looking on the viewfinder instead of my actual piece, and then realize I'm in the wrong spot. So there's been a lot of learning and growth in the process of Stitch Maynia and filming myself. I've also learned different techniques of cross-stitching confetti, and so far my favorite way of doing that is doing all the confetti first in a 10 by 10 section, instead of doing confetti by the I think it's called railroading or cross-country. So instead of doing that type of confetti, I just do everything within a 10 by 10, and that seems to work better for me anyway. The two pieces that I worked on during this month are the Cinderella Dreams pattern and the epic Pokemon pattern. The most progress that I've made on each piece, I would say for the Pokemon one, almost finishing up page 2. And for the Cinderella one is finishing half of the page. There is a stitch count difference on both. I counted in one page of the Pokemon one, I get, let's see, 10, 20, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, about 60 stitches across, and 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and 80, excuse me, and 80 stitches height-wise. So if you do the 80 by 60, whatever that comes out to be, almost over 6,000 stitches per page, versus the Cinderella Dreams, it's almost, I think, double that amount, almost, or triple that amount actually, because the Pokemon one, sorry, I have a knot on my piece, on my thread right here. This piece right here has a total of, I don't think I wrote, no, I didn't write it down, but it's the size itself is a 28.5 inches by 50 inches, versus the Thomas Kincaid ones are a little longer than that. I think they're like 32 by 50 or something like that. So there are more stitches in that one. Plus the Kincaid ones have more confetti because they're based off of the actual paintings that he did. So that's why they're a little bit more detailed, and then you have back stitching and all that other stuff that goes with it. But I am proud of myself for working on both pieces this month. And making the progress that I have made so far. Of course, meeting my goals would have been better, but you know, I did what I can my first time around. I'm not ashamed that I didn't meet my entire goals, but I am proud of myself in the fact that I stayed with it. There were days where I didn't want to stitch, mainly because it was too hot and I just wasn't comfortable stitching. My hands would get clammy and I would have to rewash my hands and then let them dry and then pick up the thread again. It just wasn't comfortable, but I pushed through it. So I really enjoyed doing Stitch Maynia this year. I do have plans to do it again next year. And I think next year my goal is to work on one piece only and see how much I could get done in that month. There are some people that do 31 starts. They do a new piece every day. I couldn't do that. There's people that do 5 projects for the month. I was only able to do 2 because that seemed more doable for me as a beginner. And maybe next year I'll be able to just work on one piece and see how much I can get done there. My plans for stitching and continue to stitch into June. I'm going to be having a new filming schedule. And what I'm thinking is, since I have mentioned that I do also crochet and knit besides cross stitching, is to do kind of like stitch with me videos as well as knit and crochet with me. And you guys could work on any projects you guys want. There's no specific sale or anything like that. It's just us hanging out virtually and working on a project together. So my plan is to work on this new filming schedule that so far I have it at let's see, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays will continue to be stitching videos, so you'll still continue to see progress made on both pieces. Tuesday, Thursdays, and Saturdays will be the either knit or crochet with me's. Haven't decided yet on that. They might alternate days or whatever I decide to work on that day. But that's the plan. Sundays I'm going to reserve as a day off to relax and just enjoy myself. I do like the fact and want to keep the momentum going with the filming of the videos. So I think that schedule works really well for now. Of course, if anything changes, I will keep you guys updated. But for now, that's what I have planned. So, yeah, June 1st is tomorrow, and the new filming schedule will start tomorrow. I think tomorrow I will be doing a knit-along, finishing up a project. Doing that. I also think that by doing this Stitch Maynia, I learned also of seeing how much I can get done within a month. Since I was splitting up the days between 2 projects, so I can say this piece in particular, this whole section right here. So from, where was I actually? I was about right here. So the page was like right here. So from here to here is actually 15 days. If we were to compile 15 consecutive days, this is what 15 days of straight stitching would look like. And that's only because I split the month between 2 pieces. So it's still not bad. I think if I only focused on this piece for the entire month, I would have had it done already. At least this page, and then started page 3. For the Cinderella Dreams piece, that one I would have been done with the whole page as well, but it didn't happen, mainly because the confetti, and then I only worked on it for 15 days as well. Okay. I'm going to have to snip. Sorry about that. I pulled out my needle too fast and the thread got stuck in the back. There we go. Alright. Much better. I'm also thinking that for the days that I'm not working or not filming this piece, I will continue to work on it daily. Since this is a piece that I am giving as a Christmas gift this year, I did the calculation that there's 30 pages, and if I finish a full page a week, I can have it done the week of Christmas. And I'm hoping to do at least a page and a half a week so that I can be able to have it done before that and have enough time to have it framed. So that's the schedule that I have for myself on this piece. For the Cinderella one, I will continue working on that daily as well. And hopefully get as much done as I can. But this one in particular is a little bit more urgent. Let me know how you guys liked Stitch Maynia this year. If you guys participated, did you guys meet your guys' goals? What did you think of my updates, my daily videos? Did you guys enjoy them? You guys have any critiques or anything like that? I don't mind. I'd appreciate them. I really enjoyed Stitch Maynia this month, and I'm glad that I was able to push myself outside of my comfort zone to be part of something like this and join the community during the month. During this process, I also found my local library that's probably like 10 minutes away from my house. Happens to have knitting nights on Wednesdays from 2 to 3 o'clock. So maybe one day I'll get out of my comfort zone and go do one of those and see what it's like. And if I like it, then that might be my Wednesday thing. But there's no promises yet. Don't know if I feel comfortable doing that just yet. But I am just happy to know that there's an option nearby where I can take my knitting with me and meet new people. So, sounds fun. Okay, this is the last stitch. And of course it would come off the needle. Oh man, this one's really giving me trouble today. Alright, just put this through here. Alright, so I'm actually going to show you guys how much has been completed. I'm just taking this off. There we go. So, this is where we're at. When I first started, this is just the color chart, so there's nothing bad that I'm showing here. But when I first started, I was, let's see, I'm trying to match it up here. This was all that I had completed when I first started. And let's see. Oops, wrong way. So this was actually, just showing you guys real quick. If you guys can see that, so on 4/9, page 1 was done. And when I picked it up again, this was within Stitch Maynia days. So I'm just going to do a quick flip through so you guys can see. How much has been done so far. And so this was the last timestamp that I posted on Instagram on the 26th. So this is where we were at. So you can see I still didn't have most of the body here. And this is where we're at today. And that's where we're at, you guys. And then for the Cinderella one, show you guys here. This is what it looked like on April 13th of 2019, and this is where I had left off in 2017 because I really didn't pick it up in 2018. Oops. And then this is again 5/9, having some of the confetti filled. More confetti. More confetti. This section had a lot of confetti on it. See, most of that's cleaned up. And that's where we ended up on this piece. And I'm very proud of myself for getting most of that done compared to where it was on the first day that I picked it up for this month. So I'm very proud of myself. Yeah, I can't believe, I think seeing the progress stamps really shows how much progress has been made, and you don't really notice it on a daily basis. You know, I personally didn't notice it on a daily basis. I noticed it a couple of days of me working on it, that, oh, I've finished this piece, oh, I've added more of that color, or added more stitches. I can really see another character forming, or whatever the case may be. But having the timestamps really did bring out more of that progression that I wanted to see in real life, but ended up having it in the Instagram story highlights really does show what I've been working on. So thank you for spending time with me today. Thank you very much. I'm very grateful for you guys to be spending the whole month and working with me along the Stitch Maynia challenge. There is a challenge that's coming up. If you guys are on Facebook, there's a Facebook group called the Thomas Kincaid Stitchy Friends, I believe. And they are doing a stitch along for the month of June. It starts June 1st and it's June 30th. And there's daily challenges, which are basically you want to stitch as many stitches as you can throughout the day. A minimum, I believe, is 50 stitches or 100 stitches a day. And at the end of the month, you tally up all your stitches, you say how many you did. Every Monday, you post a motivational Monday picture of your piece. And at the end of the month, once you tally everything up, you're entered for a drawing, for a prize. The administrator will pull up a random name and you have the winner. So if you guys want to join that, I will post the link in the description below if you guys want to do that. And you can work on any piece. There's no specific pattern or design you need to work on. And it doesn't have to be Kincaid either. It could be whatever you're working on right now to finish. But I will be doing that as well, since I am trying to finish this piece by the end of the year. And June also marks the halfway point for me having this piece completed so far, which I should be further along, but it is what it is, and now it's just time to push through it and get it done. So thank you again for spending your days with me during Stitch Mania, for commenting, subscribing, liking the videos, watching the videos, spending time with me, and I really do appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great weekend, and I will talk to you guys tomorrow.